It's still difficult for people to talk about challenges they're having, emotional challenges, mental illness, suicidality. In many cultures, there's still shame attached to them. They're still meant to be kept secret. And the problem is that makes them harder to heal. They fester in the dark. And I've always felt that if you bring light to things, it may not change everything right away, but that's how you start to heal. That's how you start to make things better. So, I try to write about things that are important to me and important to people who I know and care about and believe that they'll be important to other people as well. And certainly these are struggles that too many people go through and aren't able to share and don't feel like people know. And if this, the work we do can say, hey, people know and it's okay, then it'll be worthwhile.
It felt like this whole thing was going to be over. But it's not.
How far does the data go?
What are you going to do about that?
I think so. I think that too many of us, there are bullies among us and there are people who are bullied, but many of us are in the middle. And what we can do is we can speak up. We can say this is wrong, this shouldn't be happening, whether in the moment or whether, overall in our world. And I think that, the more we can bring light to what happens and encourage kids, and we've learned with the show and with the research that Northwestern University did, we've learned that this show has had the effect that kids want to go out and make a difference. They want to go out and stop bullying, and they want to be more concerned about how they treat each other. And that's what it's all about.
How far does the data go? How far does the data go?
Well, I think that, certainly what you saw in season 1 were parents who were trying to connect with their kids, but it was hard. Teenagers don't always tell you the whole story. They don't tell you what's going on. So I do think that part of what we wanted to achieve is give a show that real kids and real parents could talk about together to get those conversations going. I also think in season 2 we'll see some parents who are being able to get in through the cracks and make a difference in their kids' life, which is cool.
We're all in this together now.
Don't you know about what goes on at this school?
This is proof of who they all are.
The truth doesn't always make things right.
It's going to keep happening. It doesn't stop.
Well, I think the way young people are stepping up and taking the power and using their own voices to say enough is enough, there's time for change, especially where adults weren't willing to do it, I think it's inspiring. And I think that, if in some way we can be a part of that conversation, even if we're telling stories that people take, different opinions of, that's great. Let's keep that conversation going. Let's let young people have their own voice and bring about change.
There's nothing left worth having except justice for our daughter.
The coast is clear. What can I see? If the stakes are low, then why does it seem I'm losing everything? Stand down.
Well, I certainly think that we feel that there's many, many young people who are anxious to see what happens next. And, of course we feel the pressure, but I think also the way we respond is that we're going to continue to try to tell these stories as truthfully as we can and as honestly as we can. And we hope that these fans who have come to love these characters the way we do, we hope they respond to them. But all we can do is tell the story as best we can.
I can't count on anyone else anymore. I have to do this myself.
You don't.
No one's going to get justice for her.
You don't know what was happening in this photo. You don't know what happened after.
Well, they're the key to a mystery that Clay and a few of his friends, sort of follow the trail, and they're going to uncover something pretty shocking that's going on at Liberty High School and unfortunately really timely.